Hi, all my gorgeous souls. I am Lady Stars of Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. This is the weekly healing messages. Sorry, I'm running late getting them out for, what is this, May? May 20th through like the 25th, 26th. All right. So, all the planets went retrograde last week. Did you feel that wind of change blowing in? Yeah. That wind of change? It's going around in a circle and around in a circle, up and down. It ain't going anywhere. That wind of change is staying. Everybody's going to be talking to you about what? 1, 2, 3, 4 planets being in retrograde, especially this week? No, there's 6. I consider whether it's a small dwarf planet, an asteroid, comet, whatever they are, when I talk about astrology, I consider them all planets. You have Pluto in retrograde. You have Jupiter in retrograde. You have Venus in retrograde. You have Saturn in retrograde. You have Pallas in retrograde. And I believe until the 28th, you still have Ura in retrograde. Count them. 6 planets retrograde. That wind of change is blown in, and it's going to stay here, blowing in a circle up and down like a hurricane, as above, so below, for the next month, at the very least, especially through all of Venus retrograde. Now, first off, what I'm getting is to remind you, Pallas is what most people are going to think isn't that important. Pallas is pretty much the one that's the communication zone behind this. Mercury doesn't go retrograde until the 18th of June. So we're getting ready for Mercury, but that's not for another month. Pallas is the communication behind this. She is the warrior. She is the goddess of wisdom, knowledge, and war. She is Athena, the warrior goddess. She's all about strategically thinking, and she is the one that's doing the communication and ciphering all of this retrograde information. And either she gets it, she is where the dots are connected. So when you have that epiphany and you get it, that's Pallas getting her information straight to you. All right? She is going to be moving in super duper overdrive for the next month. She's coming out of, started to say she's coming out of Saturn. She's coming out of Aquarius and going back to Jupiter, going back towards Jupiter and Pluto, and is going to pass them over the next month. So she's in super duper overdrive. This energy is going to be building. Technically, you are technically in a conjunction with Jupiter and Pluto. I mean, they're not like at that 1 degree, but they're still going to be like within 4 degrees of each other for the whole month as they travel backwards. And then they're going to come together, I believe, on July 1st. So there's going to be a major epiphanies happening then when these two come back together. But prior to that, you were setting up for all of this transformation. You have Venus that's going to be in retrograde throughout the rest of the month. Then she's going to go in shadow truly as she goes direct. So we're looking for the next of the month and into the next month. Venus in retrograde, and she rules Taurus. She rules the second house. She rules self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. She rules money, finances, because of the money, possessions or possession, being controlling, value. Uranus isn't getting along with anybody this week. Uranus is the bull. And he is flat out staring everybody down about independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom, unique energy, being able to be inventive and creative within yourself and believe in yourself. And that self-worth, self-value, and self-esteem. Where do you feel like you are being questioned on your liberation? Where do you feel like you are being devalued? Where do you feel like this is hitting under the gut and too close to home? Where is it that the transformation isn't happening because of the fear of changing? Uranus is like the bull staring you down. All of this has to do with communication within your relationships. And I don't know how many times I can say that. You have a relationship with any and everything you care about. You have a relationship with your loved ones. You have a relationship with your spouses or the people you are dating. You have a relationship with your parents, your children, your working environment. You even have a relationship with your open enemies. You have a relationship with any and everything you care about, right down to your money and your transportation. And when your money and your transportation isn't working, you know all about that relationship. This is all about communication and what makes us feel secure, up close and personal. What makes us feel nurtured, up close and personal. Where is it feeling like it's standing in the way? Where does it feel like I can't reach what I'm trying to reach because something is in my way? This is that energy. This is that transformation. This is the controlling energy that's asking you, are you truthfully, spiritually elevating? Or are you going to hold on to that ego energy and be bugged out? Time to raise above it. Rise above this vibrational frequency. Spirit is giving me daisies. And they're also giving me the what kind of koala bear? No, not koala bear. Panda. And every time they give me the panda, because that was them giving it to me again, they give me the panda, which is saying, do what you got to do to raise above that vibration, because sometimes you cannot shield the vibration. Sometimes there's too much of a negative energy that's coming around, or too much of shifting levels of funkiness. And you can't shield it because there's too much going around. You have to raise. So this is that time where it's saying, do what you've got to do to raise. For me, I like Nag Champa oil. Nag Champa oil, and I'm like, I'm high as the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Or Nag Champa incense. Or, like I said, I've been telling people left and right ever since my oils come out. That's what Neptune does. If you look on my website, you can find it. Or you can get it at the Grove of Bright Blessings if you live here in Fredericksburg. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. What helps you raise above that vibration so that you can't be touched? What helps you lift into that higher energy? They give me daisies. And they tell me courage with tranquility. Daisy speaks to us of innocence and purity. Freshness, beauty, simplicity. Friendship, fertility, and the transformation of making that beauty come into place. But the problem is, it's going to be showing you where it's lacking or where there's problems or conflict. It's showing you where the sorrow or the loss is making you fearful of not getting it. This is making you truly do some inner mirroring. Like I said, the winds of change aren't going anywhere. They're sticking with us for a hot couple, at least 2 months. Especially while Venus is in retrograde and Pallas is in full steam ahead. Wisdom, knowledge. Don't jump the gun, but go after what's truly important to you. Stick with what you are loyal to in your heart and soul. And then understand the ciphering messages that are coming in. Because we're in a position of realizing we have to overcome our fears. And we need help. Ask them to help you rise. Because as long as you can rise up and see from a higher perspective, you will sail through this. But otherwise, you will get caught up in that controlling energy, that dictative energy. Like I said, Uranus, independence, individuality, uniqueness, and freedom. Inventive nature of your own liberation. The energies are there to question you on if you're feeling comfortable or not. And if not, what do you've got to do to make that change? I love you guys. Bye.